Family 3 starts like curly K letters, also known as curly caterpillar letters. It is so important for children to learn the correct formation of curly K, as it forms the basis of 8 other letters. The most important thing to remember with curly K is that you start at the right hand side rather than in the centre. If children start at the centre, they either don't join more difficult letters at the top, or they have to go back to fill in the gap, which is an extra stroke. So let's have a look. Curly K is a small letter, so it's going to be between the 2 blue lines. We start just underneath the top blue, at the right hand side. We curve around, touching the top blue, continuing around until we touch the bottom blue, and then we finish. Children should learn the curly K quite quickly because it is the same as a circle. But it's really important that we start at the right hand side, not at the centre up here. Okay, moving on to O. Again, a small letter between the 2 blue lines, starting just underneath the top blue on the right hand side, just like the curly K. Curve around to the top blue line, continue curving to the bottom blue line, back up and join together. A. Again, starting like a curly K, a small letter, starting just underneath the blue line, curve around until you touch the top blue line, curve around until you reach the bottom blue line, stop, but don't lift the pencil, straight up, straight back down with a little flick. D. Again, starts like a curly K, starting just underneath the blue line, curving around like a curly K to the bottom blue line, stop, don't lift the pencil off the paper, straight up, but it's a tall letter, straight up to the top red, back down on the line you've just drawn, to the bottom blue, and a little flick. G. Again, starting just like a curly K, but this has a tail letter. So starting underneath the top blue, curving around, touching the top blue, curving around, touching the bottom blue, stop, keep the pen on the paper, straight up, straight back down, tail letter, so it goes to the bottom red, and a curve. Q. Again, starts just like a curly K, touching the top blue, touching the bottom blue, stop, keep the pen on the paper, straight up, straight back down to the bottom red, and a flick. S. This is a small letter, starting just underneath the blue line, curving around, touching the top blue line, back across the middle, curving the other way, touching the bottom blue. F. This is what I call the greedy letter because it takes up 3 sections. It's the only letter that takes up all 3 sections. So it's tall and it's got a tail. So starting just below the top red line, because it's a tall letter, curving around to touch the top red line, straight down, keep going straight until you come to the bottom red and just a little curve round. Really important that the body of the is straight. If it curves, it looks like an S. And then we give it the arms. And finally, E. Starting roughly around the middle of the 2 blue lines because it's a small letter. Curving around, touching the top, curving right around until we touch the bottom blue. The next video in this series is called Family 4, Falling Over Letters.